Oh, did you get my note about the classifieds on school?
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't had a chance to look further into it, but I did see that.
It's one of the few places where you can actually promote your community every day. Because if you did
Yeah.
it like a schooler, they will tell you you're not allowed to.
Yeah,
So
which is great. But at the same time it's a very limited audience because you're only promoting to the 600 people that are in there.
yes, that's true. I mean, listen, anything, at least for me starting out, anything that's free, anything that gets somebody's attention. I had something funny happen today. I just posted something stupid on Facebook, like, tell me something good that's happening for you today. I don't have, I said, I don't have to rake leaves today because kind of like we were at a point where it had stopped. And then I posted, it said share with, and so I shared it with one group. And then the second group is called Forever Hippies or something like that. To my Facebook group, my the Art of Business Facebook group, she was like old hippies. I'm like, oh, and
But why
generate.
not, right? Like who knows? You never know what it's going to connect with. So, I mean, it's never something stupid. You never know, right? So, and it's
It's
trial
just
and error. And
time. Yeah, like you said, if it's only going out to 600 people that have their own communities, maybe it makes no sense. But
but
okay.
But like you said, I mean, it's still getting you out there. And the other thing it's doing is it's giving you practice getting your message across. So like the copying and
Yeah.
pasting of free ads, like I never got much traction or never really did much with that, but it gave me practice posting, it gave me practice creating, it gave me practice with all of that stuff. So in that sense, really, is it a waste of time? Like when you consider everything that it is doing? All
Mm.
right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Hi,
Uh,
Nicole.
we We will, I think it's going to be a kind of a small group today, so we'll just kind of go along, wing it as usual, because that seems to be what I do. So let me just get in here. And Sarah, this is something that you had mentioned last week. So this week we're talking about, like last week we talked about who we're helping. This week we're going to go a little bit into what we're actually selling and what we're actually doing. And this is again to help bring energy to your content. Sorry, there we go. And again, if you don't feel connected to what you're selling, your audience isn't going to feel connected to you. So you could have the perfect script. You could have the perfect edit, the perfect graphics. All of that stuff is perfectly laid out, the perfect hook, the perfect call to action. But if that message isn't aligned, you're still going to get silence. You're still going to hear crickets. So we want to really work on that and really want to get into what it is you're doing and as well as the who you're doing it for. So what we're not doing is we're not selling a course. We're not selling the affiliate link. We're not selling a master resale rights product. We're not selling a community. Now, it is important to kind of have a clue and know what your product is because, you know, if people are asking you a question, you do want to know what it is and kind of what it does, but ultimately that's not what you're doing. That is not what you're selling. And if you look at your sales page, that's a great place to start to learn what your product actually is. So it has great tips, great stuff on there to what your product actually is. I know a lot of you are promoting the Legacy Builders program, which also has a blueprint. So if you take a look at that blueprint, that also does a very good job of kind of explaining and walking through what the actual product is. But that's not what we're talking about in our content. We are selling that transformation. We're selling the certainty, the clarity, the confidence, direction, their path that they have, their frustrations. We want to talk to them about their transformation from getting stuck to moving, and that feeling of okay, I can do this. This makes sense. I got this, and that feeling of hope. that feeling of energy that they get when they hear your message and when you're talking to them, because that's ultimately what you're doing is you're talking to them. Now I did put eight where oh, sorry, just checking my notes, or checking the chat because once in a while I do remember to check that. Um, so I did put together a worksheet. I know it was last minute, so that I did post that into the community, but that essentially is going to walk us through kind of manually what we're going to go through. And then I also created a custom GPT, of course, because that's what I do, to just to take you through it completely. So, but we're going to talk about it manually first, just so we kind of get through the basics. So we talked about this last week. When people say your content needs more energy, we don't mean be louder. We just mean connect to your message, feel your message. Don't sound like you're reading from a script or you're saying the same thing that everybody out there is saying. All these programs tend to promote the copy and paste method. Just copy and paste what we're teaching you, and you're going to have success. While that might be true for some people, it's not going to be true for everybody because we don't all have the same message. We all have different messages. So it's going to connect with some, but not for everybody. We want to be able to stand out and say what makes you different from everybody else. Why should I buy from you? What is it that you have that this other person doesn't have? So right now, when you talk about what your offer is, does it feel exciting? Does it feel neutral? Does it feel heavy? Anybody have a thought on that right now? How does it feel for you? Do you feel excited when you're talking about it?
Yes,
Anybody want to?
I
Yeah,
feel
you feel
excited. I feel on point. I feel like it's all coming together,
that's
and
awesome.
right, and
I
I want
love
to share that with other people.
perfect. I love that. Yes, you've caught the energy. I love it. I love it. And that's great. So we can build on that. I know a lot of times I kind of felt heavy myself. So like meaning like this is like a lot, right? 'Cause it is. It can be a lot to take in. It can be a lot to understand, and it can kind of feel like it's weighing on you a little bit. And you're like, okay, I don't know what my message is. I don't know what to say. So it kind of feels heavy in that sense. So that gives you a little bit of emotion to go through. So
Can
I
I
want you
just
to
say,
just
I mean, I'm sorry, in the beginning, if you haven't made sales, this is very, very hard. See how you're smiling like that? Because you have to have the genuine feeling. Oh my God, I made $100 today. I made $2,000. And I mean, for me, I'll just share, I'm doing a physical product now, which is like artsy, and it's very, very fulfilling, and it's stickers, and I go around my little town and I see it on people's cars and things like that, and I could talk about stickers all day long, so it's about finding the right thing, I guess,
and
and getting
it's
some rewards.
yeah, and that's awesome. Like it's part of it is knowing what you have and um fully believing in it, and fully believing in it comes from knowing what you have too and knowing what that transformation is going to be. So one thing to start thinking about, um, then if you want to jot this down, you're welcome to. We will kind of go through it quickly this time, but something to think about is what product are you promoting and what are the 3 to 5 main features. So we do want to think about what it is a little bit. Like, is it tutorials, templates? Is it coaching? Is it your community? Is it daily pay? Is it AI tools? Is it support? Is it a plan? So just think about 3 to 5 of the main features that you like the most. For me, I'm an AI person, so anything that's got AI tools, I'm all for, right? Like I love that. I make no secret of that. I love anything that's to do with ChatGPT. So that's the kind of stuff that attracts me, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to be able to talk about with more energy when I'm promoting something. So we want to think about the features of your product. And again, looking through the sales page is a great place to start. When you do get to check out my custom chat GPT, uh, it does ask you for, it will analyze your sales page for you. So You can just plug that in and it will start asking you questions based on that, which I love. But it is nice to kind of think about what it is that you love about it to begin with, and then kind of take it from there. Just checking the questions here. Yes, I love that. Most of us don't have rainbows and butterfly results. We need to learn the skills. So, yes. So, it's easy to get excited about something once you start getting traction. But before you start getting traction, that's when it's hard to. And I think that's kind of a little bit what you were referring to, Sarah. Like you're getting some traction with your stickers and stuff, which is fantastic. And it's easier to build once you start getting that traction. But before then, we've got to get excited about what we have before that happens. All right. So next thing to think about is to shift from the features to the transformation that you're trying to get. So we want to find that transformation that your product actually creates and what the transformation is for you, not from what you've heard, not from what all your mentors are saying, but what it actually means for you. So we want to think about what problem do they have before your offer. So maybe they bought a program and they still feel lost. Maybe they're overwhelmed by tech. Now, this is ChatGPT's examples to me and to my community. So a lot of these answers kind of go towards, a lot of these examples are geared toward my community. Um, but a lot of them are general. So we want to think about what problems they have. They want freedom, but they can't figure out how to get it. They want that time freedom. They want that daily pay. They want more time with their spouses. Um, so we want to think about what that problem is before they come across your offer. And then we want to think about how does your offer help them? Just be simple. So maybe if they want time freedom, well, it's going to give them um, that time freedom. It's going to give them the tools to get that time back. It's going to help remove some confusion. It's going to help give them clarity. So we want to think about how that's going to help them. For a lot of the master resale rights products, it's going to give them a ready-made product that they can promote. And then we want to think about how they feel after they get your offer. So again, if it's an MRR product, maybe they're going to feel relieved because it's already made. Maybe if it has a great community, maybe they're going to feel supported. Maybe they're going to feel motivated if they've got some fantastic mentorship with you and the community. So we want to think about how they're going to feel after they use your offer. And finally, we want to think about what that one sentence is about that big transformation. So, for example, I help beginners get unstuck and finally launch their program. Or maybe I show people how to turn what they've already bought into something real. Or I help people escape their 9 to 5 job and finally travel the way they would like to. So we want to think about that big transformation. That's our ultimate transformation statement. Next, we want to talk about your offer, how you can talk about your offer without feeling salesy. I hate this. This is the big thing that I always struggled with is being salesy. I don't want to come across as salesy. And this is a big reason I never got into the affiliate programs, the Amways, the Melaleucas, the all of that. I'm not even sure what the big ones, Mary Kay. I don't even know what the big ones are anymore. But I didn't want to be knocking on doors and bugging friends and family. And, they see me coming and they're running away because, oh God, here's Nicole, what she got now? So I just always felt like I was going to be salesy. So that's one block that I already had. So let's get past that. We want to create 3 lines. So first thing, what is the one pain point that your person is struggling with? Then you want to think about the outcome that your offer is going to help them get. And then proof. Proof is a big thing too. Why are you confident that it works? So again, this comes from personal experience. Obviously, that's a big one. Because once you start selling, once you start seeing it, you build that excitement. But you can also get excited about other people's successes because obviously everybody started somewhere. So you can come in and say, you know what, I love this because this is why I got into it. This is why I love it. And
Mhm.
this is what I'm seeing happen. And I know it can happen for me. Just saying something simple and sincere like that can make a big difference. But that sincerity is critical. So for me, something for me and my customers, I could say something like, I bought programs and I still didn't know what to do with them. And then I can promise by saying something like, I teach a simple path, and that's what finally gets you moving. And proof would be something like, once I started batching and using AI tools, everything fell into line. How's that sounding, everybody? Don't see too many glazed eyes. It's all good. Excellent. Okay. So now, again, this is all going to come down to our big put it all together. So this is going to make your final statement, which is going to be I help who, which is what we kind of talked about last week, go from their problem to their result using this method. So again, for me, my examples, I help new entrepreneurs finally launch using AI and 15-minute time chunks, or I can help creators turn ideas into content without burnout or tech overwhelm. So when you have time to sit through it, create 2 to 3 versions and just see what you can come up with and what feels. Again, it's what feels in your gut. What you get excited about is what's going to come through in your content. And use ChatGPT to brainstorm or just sit and think. Or I mean, I do a lot of my best thinking when I'm driving. I love to drive. So I often will have brainwaves and like, okay, now I'm fired up. Let's do this. So yeah, whatever, just think about these and put them together eventually through the worksheet I provided in the classroom. And then again, read the statements. How does it feel? Did it light you up? Did it feel good? Did it kind of feel forced? If it felt forced, it's probably not the one you want to use. If it feels flat to you, it's going to feel flat to everybody else. And this is where that energy comes from in your content. So if it felt good, if it fires you up, then you know you're getting somewhere. Julian, I love that. You're just yeah, every time we've chatted lately, you're fired right up. I love it.
I got my first email yesterday. Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I
yes,
love
yes.
it. That's so exciting. Oh,
I know.
congrats.
Now I want more, but it's like, hey, it's evidence.
Well, and that's the thing. That's that one little thing leads to 2 little things, which lead to one bigger thing and one bigger, like it's yeah. And
Yeah.
it's proof that it works, right? That feeling that, oh, okay, I'm doing something right. So let's build on that.
Oh yeah, and it's been there. I mean, one of my keywords was frustration, and
Okay.
the other
Yeah.
one, and one of the benefits was blueprint because
Mhm.
the questions were very interesting, and the GPT was very gentle in coming back and prompting more.
Okay, excellent. Good,
And
good.
the only thing I got tired of was, I'm just going to ask you one more question.
So we'll talk a little bit more about that GPT after go back to the worksheet. But yes, we will come back to that. And I do want to hear more
Right.
more about your email stuff. Because yeah, that's really cool. Okay. So that is actually more or less kind of what we want to talk about. But I would love to see in the community sometime in the next week what your final transformation statement is and what you're really selling, that paragraph. And then post it in the community. Let's see what you got. And if you're really feeling brave, I'd love to see a recording of that 10-second video, reading it out loud so we can check your energy. So you can answer the question. I want you to pretend I'm asking you the question. Hi, it's great to meet you. What is it that you do? And I want to see your answer. I'd love to see that in the comments when you guys have a chance. All right, so let's chat a little bit more about that custom GPT. So Jillian, you've had a chance to try it. I know you played with it. Took you down some rabbit holes.
Yeah, I don't understand why it wasn't working in the beginning and then it just started working.
That I'm not sure about. Maybe, I mean, the only thing I could think of is maybe because I literally just published it. So maybe it
Oh,
kind of
yeah,
just,
yeah. Okay. But this was very good. In fact, it's paralleling some other stuff I'm doing.
oh, good.
Yeah. I got myself a business coach to help me stay focused. Well, I got you as a coach too. I'm
Oh,
getting a
no.
lot of coaches. But it was a lot of good questions, and I was surprised the direction it went, and as it kept digging and digging, it came to my core frustration
Good,
and that I've had all my life,
good.
and the transformation, and so that was really cool. And because my target market is Mr. Nice Guy,
Mhm.
so it's like, okay, you're frustrated, but you want to own your power, and you're going back and forth. What is it that you need to do here? And there was a blueprint that was missing, and then all of a sudden everything fell into place.
That's amazing. I love that. Oh,
Right.
that's so
And
exciting.
yeah, and my big transformation that I'm looking for, one, it's personally with me and owning my power and being proud of who I am because I've been Mr. Nice Guy. So I'm doing all this shit with boundaries and everything. Sorry about my language.
Good for you. No, that's fine.
But it's being able to take care of my wife.
Yeah,
I'm her caregiver, and I want to make sure she's taken care of, and I want to make sure we have that financial stress is gone.
and yeah, that's amazing. I had Julie and I had a chance to chat the other night. I opened up for a random chat and Julian popped on, so that was really cool. Got to know him a little better and yeah, I heard a little, yeah, it's lots of fun. So watch for those spontaneous lives that we that I throw up in the community because you never know what we're gonna talk about. But yeah, so going through that custom GPT now will essentially guide you through that worksheet. It will ask you questions. It will keep asking you questions. Feel free to say stop or just, you can go like, okay, this is enough. And, say something like move on. But if you really want to dig deep, it should really help you dig deep and really think about what you're selling and what your offer actually is so you can talk about it with some excitement.
Mm-hmm. And what I thought was good, because the chat also said, well, I can do all this for you. So it gave me short form, long form, and a few things in between. Um, and then I noticed that I asked it a question and it went back. I wanted some more output, and it went back to the beginning and started asking me the starting question again.
Okay.
And so it lost its place. I could see it hesitate, and then it just
Interesting.
started.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean that's just a techie thing.
Yeah, yeah, and something to refine. It's brand new, so it's something to definitely keep an eye on and test out with. But essentially, what we're going to do is use that. So we're going to use the outcome from the custom GPT we had last week with the who. We're going to use the output that we had from this week with the what. And in the upcoming weeks, we're going to combine those and we're going to use those to help us build content. So it's all going to come together, but these two things are your foundation. They are something that you're going to probably refine a few more times before you're done. You might dig a little deeper, or something might shift, or you might just find something that excites you a little bit more and it might shift and that's fine. I can't tell you how many times I revised my statements and my revisions, even just starting this community. So it's always a work in progress. We're always a work in progress. So that's always going to change. But yeah, this is essentially the foundation of your story. Anybody else have a question or comments? Kind of a bit of a quick one tonight. Anybody want to talk about anything in general?
I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm getting, I need to work on my CTA because right now I'm just trying to provide value here and
Okay.
practice being honest. That's what I'm doing right now. And in the what happened? Someone told me don't be doing DM me or put this in the comments. And I'm going, everybody's doing that.
So one
But
thing
it's
with the
stuck in my
DM
head.
thing,
Hmm.
the DM thing can be, there are some people that, like myself personally, I don't touch DMs. I'm like, because most of them tend to be scammy and people are just showing up to try and sell you something, and it just doesn't feel authentic to me. But at the same time, don't rule it out because um it can be very effective. So it's what you relate to. If you want to DM, then go ahead and DM. That's how I feel about
Okay.
it. But
Okay.
my personal preference would be to say something like comment info um, for more details. You could say something like comment info and then I will message you if you want to do that. But just yeah, comment info. I like doing that. Or you can say follow me, or you can say link is in the bio. Um,
Also, like they come back to my Facebook group and my link is in my bio. Okay. I've
Yeah, so basically anything that can tell them to take another step. Because people need that little nudge, they need that reminder, they need to know where to find you because I mean, people can be lazy, let's just face it. When they're scrolling
right,
content,
right, right.
or they'll be like, "Oh, I'll get to it later." And then all of a sudden, poof, you're gone. So you need to give them that kind of nudge of what their next step should be.
Okay. And so when I'm doing voice in a video, how do
Mhm.
I, and so I'll just say, follow me to my bio and where would I put my what? Well, they can follow me from there because duh, I'm
Well, in
posting
your
from,
Facebook profile, that should
yeah,
have a link.
yeah, yeah.
So
Okay.
if your Facebook profile is set up fully, you'll have a link to your website there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And I'm hearing post as many times as I want on Facebook from some people, and other people are saying just do it once a day. Or if you do it 3 times a day, it needs to be like two personals and then one sale or
So
something like that.
Facebook isn't my jam, so that's not something that that
Okay.
I've really played with. But from what I've heard and seen, I would say mix it up is definitely because when I think about what content I consume on Facebook, I tend to get over, if somebody's posting too much, I tend to kind of,
Right.
okay, go away, you've had enough, right? So kind of think about what you like to see from people and then try and do that.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
Right. So yeah, so if somebody's constantly posting business, you might get tired of that. You might, okay, that's enough. Just I don't want to hear it anymore. But because I know Facebook is more personal. So that is one thing. You do want to remain personal with your Facebook. So that is a perfect place for people to get to know you. So you do want to share some stories and some regular life stuff.
Okay, because I've been going into some of the spiritual groups because I like posting there,
Mhm.
and then I've been going into some of the AI business groups. So if you look in my feed, you'll see a combination of those things, and
Yeah,
so
that's
that's
great.
okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's what makes you a person, right? Like we all have our interests and I don't think any of us are expected to only have one interest. That would make us very unexciting people, right?
Oh my God, there's so much to explore.
Exactly, exactly. So like TikTok is very algorithm related, so it is very important to stay on stay on point with TikTok. You want to weave your story into your content, but you want each piece of content to be business related because it's just algorithm, algorithm, algorithm. But Facebook is more people orientated. So Facebook wants to know your story. Facebook wants you to wants
Right.
to learn about you.
Yeah, and that's all I'm going to do for 90 days is just do
Okay,
Facebook
perfect.
and work on and just keep working on my message.
Yeah. So one thing you might want to do is just go onto YouTube and just search for videos on Facebook.
Okay. Oh, duh. I don't go to YouTube. All my friends
I
go to YouTube. They say it's YouTube university. And I
yeah.
refuse to go there for some reason.
YouTube's great for searching little videos, and you can get random people and you just get different perspectives, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, as far as algorithms go, if there was only one way to do it, we'd all be doing it right. So there's 1,000 different ways to do it depending on your audience. So it's a matter of trying different things to learn your audience and then learn the algorithm to fit that audience. So it's great to hear on YouTube other people's perspectives. Plus, it gives you content ideas and different ways to deliver content.
Yeah, because I'm looking at a lot of the tech guys that have a spiritual interest and are doing some other things. Uh yeah, okay. Okay, hold on. I'm like kind of peopled out right now. I'm done talking.
That's all good. Thanks, Julian. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Anybody else have questions or comments?
Um, could I ask you, why did you form two school communities? I mean, I know you explained it, but why did you feel you needed to have two separate ones?
So, I'm part of a community builders program with mentorship, trying to learn how to do this. And it's one thing that they recommend doing, and the reasoning behind it, and I agree. The more I hear, the more I learn. I do agree. A free community, you tend to talk to differently. Um, people you talk to them differently than you would talk to like a paying community because that paying community is there to they're serious, they're there
They
to
want
learn.
value. Yeah.
Exactly, they get that value, they see you as an authority already. Whereas that free community, you're still trying to build that authority, and people are just kind of, a lot of people are like just kind of looky loos. So it's just two different audiences in that sense. And then
Mhm.
the other reason is just to protect the paid community from scammers, from people that just want to come in and sell their own crap. Um,
Yeah,
which
yeah, I
is,
think you kind of explain it that way, yes.
yeah, because you can do the tiers, which is one way to go. Like you can have a free level in your community and then have
Right,
paid levels, but that
right.
doesn't allow you to talk to the audiences differently, and it also doesn't keep the people that you kind of don't want in there out. So it's almost a funnel in itself. So what I'm going to do is all of the free webinars, I'm just going to post in the free community and say, hey,
Right.
if you want to see this free webinar,
Mhm.
you need to join this community. And that's where you'll get access to it, along with the replays and stuff like that. And that will build that audience. And then I can promote other stuff in there too if I want to.
Are you gonna start doing maybe some mastermind things? Like I know they do that on Legacy, where
Probably.
people.
I've had a couple of people actually. It's kind of exciting. A couple of people have reached out to see if I wanted to collaborate on some kind of mastermind level stuff. But at this point, I want to nail my community down and get that, do a couple run throughs because so it's going to be about, maybe it's 10 weeks now of, different 10 weeks of topics that we're going to go through.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is go through that again and refine and get that done. And then that will be the base of my community. And then once that's done and refined, then I can start charging more. We can start growing that way. But I want to get that done and then I can start building more out for what's next kind of thing, more for mastermind stuff.
I do have one quick little technical question. So when I do my 10-second TikTok videos every morning, it
Mhm.
downloads to my camera, and then I upload that to my YouTube, and I just
Okay.
share the same one. And it puts it in shorts, and
Yes.
I've been finding my little daily astrology. I get maybe 100 views, but I put anything to do with a cat and I'll get like 1,300 views. It's insane. So I had a little video. It was 10 seconds, I believe. It was a promotion for stickers, I guess.
Okay.
And and I did the TikTok gallery, downloaded to, from gallery to YouTube, and it stuck it under videos. And under my videos, I get 3 views, 10 views. I'm like, okay, it's only 10 seconds. Why didn't it go automatically into shorts? Like,
Yeah, that's interesting. Was it filmed? It was filmed up and down like vertical, or was it horizontal?
yeah, yeah, it was how I do, do all
It
the
was the same
TikTok
as
stuff.
all of them.
And yeah, it's just like, I guess I could deep dive on YouTube, but it's just like I
Yeah.
really wanted it to be in the shorts because the shorts just seem to get a lot of attention. I see yours every day, by the way.
Oh.
Um, yeah,
Good, I guess.
so anyways, I thought maybe you knew there was a rhyme or reason
Yeah, I
to it,
know. I
but
mean, if the video is over 3 minutes, or if it was over 3 minutes,
nope,
it would be a video and not a short, but
definitely a
anything under
short.
10 seconds should automatically be a
Oh,
short.
maybe it's a sort of a that the it was copyrighted. I think maybe it pertained to the music from Tik that I brought over from TikTok, but they all
Could be
have
YouTube
music.
is a little more a little pickier with
A little
some of the
picture.
music. So it could be
I don't
something to do
know.
with that. If you want to
Just
send me the video link and I can take a look and see if I can see anything.
okay. Okay, will
Well,
do. Well,
sounds
thank
good.
you. Yeah.
All right, guys. Anybody else? Sounds like that's about it. So essentially, yeah, what we talked about is when you know what you're selling, your content is going to become a lot more natural. When you feel connected to your message, your energy is going to come through effortlessly. And that's when your perfect customers are going to finally find you. Next week, we're going to start talking about a little bit more of the kind of techie stuff. So your website. I know most of you, I'm pretty sure all of you have your website already set up, but we're going to talk about the importance of some of the text on the website, and things like that. The link, choosing a link, all of the things you kind of want to think about with that kind of thing. So again, it's probably something that most of you already have done, but something you might want to think about for future projects or even to maybe revamp or redesign your current website. So that's essentially what we're going to cover next week. So you all know if you have any questions, where to find me. Watch out for those random Zooms, and we will see you next week.